streaming on YouTube. Again, kindly share this live with your friends. Once again, this is Alpha making hashtag significantly better. All right. Good evening, Alpha Nation. Be ready and find a perfect place in your comfortable home and become hashtag significantly better through accessible and sustainable lifelong learning together. So this Alpha TV episode is made possible with the help of our supportive and generous partners. First, we have IXL CIE Review Center. So you can get an additional 500 off if you are a graduate of any Alpha Premium programs. Next, we have Startup Podcast PH. Then Tuos. This is the first Filipino cloud-based analytics platform. So you can get a free 90-day trial offer. So you just need to visit their website at alphatuos.com for more updates. And lastly, we have Kapihan with Sir Lex coming soon. So babalik po natin ang Kapihan with Sir Lex this year 2025. All right, again, good evening to our lifelong learners. Ayan. Welcome back again to Alpha TV's Pursuit of Knowledge and Growth with Aslex PH Academy. So, balik lang natin yung slide. Medyo na move siya ng sobra. No? Alright, so ayan. Before we start pala, we have some exciting news. Yan, big events coming this year, 2025. So we have Babae happening this March na. And then April, so Tagumpay siya for MSMEs. Then June, Sipag. This is for productivity and growth. And then on August, I've been hit for our young professionals and yung mga graduating students. So pwede silang mag-join. And of course, sa September, ang ALAB. So we're expecting like big names na magiging mentor natin for this year. So ayan, better mark your calendars talaga for this event. And of course, and lastly, ang 4th Philippine Lifelong Learning Conference. So, yan, Aslex PH Academy po ang nag-host na tong event na to. So, this is on November. So, 10 pa po ang exact date. So, ayan guys, mark your calendars for these exciting events. So now, it is my pride and honor to introduce to you our guest speaker for tonight. She is a distinguished educator and recipient of awards for her contribution to the field of education, with a master's degree in educational management from Laguna State Polytechnic University and a bachelor's degree in elementary education from City College of Calamba. So, as a dedicated teacher at CCC, she has constantly demonstrated teaching excellence, earning her the Teaching Excellence Award from year 2021 to 2025. Grabe. So, she is also a proud recipient of the Most Outstanding New Member Award from JCI Laguna Region, recognizing her commitment to community service and leadership. So without further ado, ayan, please welcome our guest, Maria Charlene Bagotsay. Ayan. Miss Charlene, the floor is now yours.
Hi, Ella. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction. Okay, so let me just first share my screen. Naririnig niyo po ba ako? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, sige, wait lang po. Yan. Okay, can you see now my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay, thank you. So once again, good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be with you today in this virtual space. So actually, I'm watching myself in YouTube live rin, and I'm very anxious. It's my first time to be a speaker in a virtual space. First of all, of course, I would like to thank AskLex PH Academy for giving me this opportunity. Personally, I would like to give thanks to Eli, our host for today, for, opening an opportunity for me to share my knowledge on the specific topic that I'll be sharing with you later on. So once again, my name is Maria Charlene Bagotsay, just Charlene. Some of my colleagues and my family call me Yeye. Yan. And I'm thrilled to talk about a subject that affects all of us, meetings, right? What comes to your mind when you hear the word meetings? Most of you probably say, "Naku, ang haba niyan. Naku, nakakapagod yan. It's very tedious, it's very tiring, right? And it affects all of us. Meetings are very vital in all different kinds of organizations. May it be a non-government organization, a company, a government organization, a school, a business organization, and so many other more. And yes, meetings ang pag-uusapan natin yun. They are essential part of our professional lives. But let's be honest, how many of you have sat through a meeting and thought, this could have been an email? Like, pwede naman to email na lang eh, di ba? Pwede ba naman tong i-chat? So from the participants here, can you please drop in a like comment if you've ever experienced that kind of, situation wherein you are thinking na no meeting tapos pwede naman to na chat na lang, pwede naman tong email na lang. So even in our YouTube live, so please drop a like, comment if you have experienced that. Now, if you've experienced that, well, you are not alone. Studies show that 71% of professionals feel their meetings are unproductive. And today we'll explore how to change that. We're going to discuss strategies for making meetings more efficient, engaging, and results driven. So first, ayan. So let me just go through you with the discussion overview. So we'll be having our short and very brief introduction. We'll also discuss the high cost of poor communication in meetings. The SMART framework that I'll be discussing to you later, which could help you produce productive meetings, leveraging technology tools for productive meetings, common pitfalls to avoid, and of course, the conclusion and key takeaways. Okay. So now let's start with our short introduction that we all know that meetings play a crucial role in decision making, collaboration, and problem solving. Meetings are there for us to decide on something. May pinag-uusapan tayo, kaya tayo nagmi-meeting. Alam nga, nag-meeting lang tayo for nothing, right? So we have agenda. And it's very crucial in order for us to decide on a certain, decision na we should come up on with as an organization. However, poor communication results in confusion, disengagement, and wasted time. So the relationship of meetings and communication is very close to each other. Kasi without good communication, meetings could result to, to nothing. Pwedeng mawala na lang yung effort ng meeting or the goal of the meeting if the communication process is not that effective. Now, a well-structured communication framework enhances productivity and ensures clarity, engagement, and follow-through. Now, let's talk about now the high cost of poor communication in meetings. It says here that we should understand first what happens when meetings go wrong. Yun muna yung pag-usapan natin. What happens? Okay? First is wasted time. 71%, like what I said kanina, 71% of professionals say meetings are unproductive. So they feel the members of the certain organization who are having a meeting feel that meetings are unproductive, that they are just wasting their time. Next is lack of engagement. Aside from that is 39%, as the statistics say from some researches, 39% of employees tune out or multitask. So have you ever experienced that when you are inside a meeting na kung saan you're browsing your cellphone, Facebook, TikTok, nanonood ka na lang ng kung ano-ano dyan, or you're chatting to other people because you are not engaged in the communication process inside the meeting. So another high cost of poor communication is confusion and misalignment. I know we all have experienced that we don't get it. Parang, ano nga pinag-uusapan natin? It leads to confusion and misalignment. And according to research, 45% of meeting outcomes are unclear, hindi clear. Okay? Another, last one is missed deadlines. So here, according to, survey and statistics, poor follow-ups lead to inefficiency because follow-ups is part of communication process in meetings. So as we can see here, these are the high cost of poor communication in meetings. Ang tanong natin dito lagi, it all boils down to how good are you when it comes to communication, okay, in your meetings. Now, I'll introduce to you I will now introduce to you the SMART communication, okay, framework for meetings. Yan. So SMART stands for S, set clear objectives, M, maintain structure and flow, A, activate engagement, R, respect time and roles, and T, track and follow up. Actually, in the field of education, because I'm a teacher, okay, in the field of education, we have what we call SMART then, another SMART for setting our objectives. So this is the motivation for this framework. Okay? And sinasabi din natin dito that our meeting should be results-driven and not time-consuming. So sometimes, ako personally, I have attended meetings which, take so long to finish. Ang dami, ang tagal. Parang there is an agenda, but it's taking too long. So let's discuss each specific step of SMART communication framework for meetings para makita natin how can we improve our communication skill, most especially if you are leading the meeting. Okay? So first step is for letter S of SMART is setting clear objectives. You have to identify why are you meeting? Why are we meeting? So you have to define the purpose, and part of the meeting process is setting your agenda. May agenda ka muna dapat, hindi bilang isang leader, isang presidente, or isang facilitator ng meeting, you just want to call your members for a meeting. So you have to define your agenda first. Another, what outcomes do we need? Okay, so you have to set the outcome so that you will know at the end of the meeting if you achieved the outcomes or the specific goals that you want to achieve. So you have to clarify the expectations. And the last one is who should attend. It's very important to take note to take note who will be the attendees of the specific meeting. Kasi if you're going to invite everyone, okay, it sometimes too many people can lead to slow decisions, which it's part of another part actually ng slides ko. So later we will discuss that. But then again, as part of setting clear objectives, you have to identify sino ang mga attend, who will be the attendees, okay? So that you can, set a more clear objective. Say, for example, by the end of the meeting, a marketing strategy will be finalized and action items will be assigned. So this is an example of a good objective where we can see what will be the meeting all about, okay? Ano kailangang i-finalize, ano kailangang pag-usapan, and then what will be the outcome of the meeting. And it's part of communication process, calling for a meeting, okay? When you call for a meeting, you have to set your objectives first. Now, in creating a meeting agenda, here are the agenda essentials that you should take note of. First is time-bound topics. Avoid going off track. So you have to be very particular on the topics under your agenda. Say, for example, if it's all about marketing strategy or specific strategy, or say, for example, an evaluation or about a certain, agenda, you have to be specific on the time. Avoid going off track. So, kapag ang agenda is about this na lang ang pag-usapan muna. If you want to talk about other things, you have to set another meeting for that. And dito makikita how effective and how efficient are you in your communication with your meetings. Okay? Another is discussion leader. So sometimes we assign people, even if as the leader, as the facilitator of the meeting, we set who will take roles. Okay? So say for example, who will guide each topic, sino ang about this, sino magdi-discuss about this. So say for example, isang malaking company. So say for example about the employee satisfaction rate. So it will be discussed by HR. Say for example, another is for, the CEO or the president concerns. So the president will discuss about this and so on and so forth. So another is expected outcome. So katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, you have to identify what will be the end goal of your meeting. Para lang yan, it's like setting a plan. So you have to begin with the end in mind. Okay? Decision, update, or brainstorming, ano ba ito? Okay? So say for example, a sample agenda format will be welcome and objective. So as the leader of the meeting, as the one who leads the meeting, you have to welcome them and you have to set the objective for 5 minutes. And then for updates and reports for 15 minutes. Okay? And for discussion and decision making on the specific topic or the pinaka main topic, why are you meeting for 20 minutes? And action items and next steps for 10 minutes. So as you can see here, less than an hour, matatapos niyo yung meeting. Diba? Okay. And an agenda is your roadmap. Without it, meetings go in circles. So to avoid that kind of, long run or wasted time within our meetings, you have to be specific with your agenda first. And you have to set your roadmap. Okay? Next, another step of under the SMART framework is letter M, which stands for maintain structure and flow. So once again, you already have your agenda. And now this is the time to stick to the agenda. You have to summarize key points after each discussion, use a parking lot for off-topic ideas, and keep a balanced discussion. So have you ever experienced yung tipong you're inside a meeting, but then again, um, tawag dito, may pinag-uusapan na kayong iba. I mean, you're going off track. Say, for example, you're talking about the employee satisfaction rate. Okay, that's the meeting. That is what is the meeting all about. Tapos, ang pinag-uusapan na is about the satisfaction rate is the focus. But then again, yung iba nagliway na, biglang pumunta sa iba. Like, ano naman kaya yung pwedeng improvement natin sa ganito, ganyan. It's not part of the meeting. So you have to use a parking lot for off-topic ideas. And later, I'll discuss how are you going to manage these kind of off-topic ideas that could lead to destruction of the meeting. And the last one is, of course, keep a balanced discussion. And my question for you is, have you ever left a meeting unsure of what was decided? If that was the case, well then, sadly to say, there's lack of communication skills there. Kasi kung ganun ang naramdaman ng lahat ng attendees na parang at the end, ha, ano nga ulit ang napag-usapan? 'Di ba? You're undecided, you're unsure of what was the meeting all about, well then there's a problem with the communication skills of the leader or the one leading the meeting. Okay? So another is you have to clear your communication. Okay, it's very important. May it be meeting, may it be a simple chat of your objective. You have to keep clear communication. Once again, keep it clear. Okay, use simple, precise language. Keep it concise. Avoid long-winded explanations. Keep it purposeful. Focus on decisions and actions. Okay, so wait lang po. Ayan, nagkaroon na ako ng Ayan, okay. So, instead of saying, say for example, instead of saying, let's maybe consider trying out this new marketing thing and see how it goes, why not make it like, let's launch an A/B test for this campaign and review results in 2 weeks. So, can you see the words here like maybe consider, let's see how it goes? So these are words that could lead to, unclear and purposeful messages. So instead of focusing on always saying, let's try it out, let's maybe consider, or let's, so words like this, let's try to use words that are clear, that are concise, and that are purposeful. Okay, so that we can maintain structure and flow within our communication sa mga meetings natin. Okay. Now, as step 3, let's now go to another for the framework. The third part of the framework is letter A, which stands for active engagement in meetings. Ito napakahirap nitong gawin for me kasi I have experienced leading a meeting. And it's very difficult for the one who leads the meeting to activate engagement of the members of the meeting because it's very difficult lalo kapag hindi mo na set yung tamang tone. You have not established your repertoire. So you have to focus on active listening. In order to enhance active listening among members of the meeting, you have to repeat key points to confirm understanding. You have to encourage participation, use open-ended questions, okay? Facilitate inclusivity, so please involve everyone, not just one na, alam mo yun, na nakakausap mo o kabati mo sa meeting. Hindi, but you have to be inclusive when it comes to your communication inside your meeting. Rotate speaking terms and encourage quiet voices because sometimes you'll be amazed on how good ideas are of those who are very quiet inside the meetings. Minsan yung nagsusulat-sulat lang sila dyan, but they have good ideas on the certain topic that you are talking about. And the last one is use interactive tools. So you could use live polls, digital whiteboards, or question and answer chat, most especially if your meeting is online. So you can use this most especially if you don't want to be disrupted sa mga discussion mo. So you can use this kind of tools. And you can use this to engage your members in meetings. Okay? Now, how are we going to handle common engagement barriers among the members of those who are included inside our meetings? So, say for example, there are overtalkers. Yung ano, alam niyo yun, yung maraming sinasabi because sometimes they are the reasons why the meeting is taking so long. So, you can say words like this. Let's give others a chance to share their thoughts. Okay? Or another is, that's a great point. Let's also hear from others who haven't spoken yet. So, para hindi natin sila baka masaktan naman bigla ang damdamin if we're going to stop them from discussing their point, but they are talking too much about a certain topic. We could say these kind of words to them or these sentences. Okay? So, mahirap talaga kapag may kasama tayo sa meeting na maraming sinasabi. And we have to control. Once again, we have to control, most especially if the situation is controllable. Okay? Another is silent participants. So ito pa paano kapag quiet yung mga participants natin, they are not talking, they are not engaging, they are not even participating. So what will we do? So you can say these words to silent participants. We'd love to hear your perspective on this. Okay, so you're embracing new voices, you're welcoming them. Another is, I noticed you have some notes. Would you like to share your thoughts? So these are examples of words that you can say to those who are very silent but you think have good ideas on tawag dito, on the meeting. Okay? Another is distractions. Hindi natin maiiwasan to, most especially if the topic of the meeting is very engaging to the members of the meeting. So it could pwedeng cell phones, ringing of the cell phones, may kausap na iba, or nag-uusap na sila, they are not listening anymore. So how are you going to handle distraction? So first, let's keep phone on silent to stay focused. We can say these words. Or let's keep our focus here. If it's urgent, feel free to step out briefly. Or if para mas okay natin i-handle, at the first part of our meeting, kasama ng welcoming and setting objective or explaining the agenda, you can discuss the guidelines or mga things to remember before you start a meeting. Like, no phones muna tayo, let's give focus on this, most especially kapag very important yung pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? So to avoid distraction, you can say these words. Another is, ito, ang pinakamahirap. What if there are conflicting opinions? Say, for example, in our meetings, how are you going to handle these? So, as the one who leads the meeting, you should be the middle ground. Okay, nasa gitna ka lang. And how are you going to say this? How are you going to communicate yourself as the middle ground for the two conflicting opinions? You can say, let's summarize both viewpoints and find common ground. Okay, so as the one who leads the meeting, you should also know how to listen to them. Kasi part of communication, I believe, is listening. We cannot, part of communication is not always saying, communication is not about how good you are in speaking. It's also about how good you are in listening to their thoughts, to others' thoughts, and creating a new perspective out of their perspective. So you have to summarize viewpoints and be the middle ground. And how are you going to say these words? So, pwedeng ito. Another is both perspectives bring value. So can you see that everything is very positive? So pwedeng sabihin niyo po ito and you can ask, what's the middle ground we can explore? So your opening question for yourself, for them, for the other members on what could be the best perspective or kanino ang mas okay. Kasi if they have conflicting opinions, kanino yung mas okay, di ba? Okay, so those are the things for conflicting opinions. Okay, so we'll now jumping to another, the R for the SMART framework, which stands for respect times and roles. It's very important also. Actually, lahat importante naman eh. Now, for respecting times and role, you have to set time limits. And if it's really necessary and it's needed, you can use a timer to manage discussions. Hindi naman nakakahiya or hindi naman mahirap siguro gumamit ng timer whenever we have a meeting. Lalo na kapag kayo yung isang klase ng tao na alam niyo yun, you lose track of time when you're the one who's speaking or the facilitating the meeting. Another is assign roles. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina din na as part of the agenda, you have to assign roles. Who will be the facilitator, who will be the timekeeper, note taker. Taker is very important, is a very important role in effective meetings. Kasi later you'll know. Kasi sa letter T natin siya na framework. Okay? Stick to essentials. Prioritize key topics over minor updates. So you have to stick within the topics under your agenda. Marami na akong na-attendang meetings na lumalabas lagi sa agenda. So once again, your agenda is it serves as a Bible for you pagka may meetings kayo, kahit sa anumang konteksto, may it be a company, a student organization, a simple meeting, church meeting, ano man ito, your agenda it will set as a Bible for you for that specific time period. As the one who leads the meeting or as the one who calls for a meeting, remember guys that you should respect people's time kasi time is gold. Tama, right? Time is gold. And meetings should be productive and it should not be endless. Like you are confused, you feel like you just wasted your time, it's not worth it. So, dapat yung mga members natin, they would feel that, oh, it's very productive yung meeting namin, na ganito, it's not tiring. So that for the next meeting na kailangan nyo ulit mag-usap, ma-feel nila na, okay, I want to attend the meeting kasi alam mo, napaka-productive nito, napaka-efficient and also effective, di ba? We would want that. Okay? Let's not waste our time, right? Katulad ngayon, you're attending this kind of, webinar. So, you're making wise use of your time. Ganun din sa meetings, let's not waste time. Kasi time is gold. Okay, next, na letter T for the last part of the framework. T of SMART, which stands for track and follow up. It's also part of the communication process in to produce effective meetings. You have to summarize decisions at the end of the meeting. Before you end the meeting, you have to summarize everything para it will not bring confusion to everyone, lalo na kapag medyo marami-rami yung naging agenda. You have to summarize it. Okay? You have to assign action items with deadlines, most especially if there are roles and tasks that needs to be done by certain people, by assigned person, responsible person. So you have assigned action items with deadlines. And the last one is send a meeting recap within 24 hours. That's why if you'll track down yung kaninang sinabi ko na note takers are very important. Note taking is a very important role within a meeting for it to be effective. So you have to set or you have to send the minutes of the meeting to every members within a specific period of time. Hindi yung inabot na ng isang buwan. So, ang tagal ng decision making, ang tagal ng processing of information kung isang buwan na inabot yung minutes of the meeting. So, this is an example of a follow-up format, okay, which you can send to your members. May it be, naka-print ito, memo, or even simple chat or email. So simple follow-up format could compose or can be composed of first, decision made. Ano yung napag-usapan na? Ano yung decision? So say for example, implement a new performance evaluation system is the decision made on your meeting. So part of the format is the action item. Laging dapat alamin natin, what is your action taken? Ano ngayon, di ba? There's a decision, what will be the action? So say for example, the human resource team will finalize evaluation criteria and forms. So kita agad natin dito, the one responsible or the department responsible o human resource kayo yan, di ba? Another is deadline. So sabi nga natin dito, we have to assign actions with deadlines. So you have to set deadlines para maging effective yung meetings ninyo. So it's part of the communication. So Monday, 10 a.m. Responsible person, you have to assign also here so that we can have clear and concise message. So responsible person, say for example, sa HR, si Ana, right? Next steps, another part of the format is next steps. So you have to review draft in the next leadership meeting. So may follow-up lagi kasi ang mga meetings in order to address, walang katapusan actually ang meetings. Kasi after this, may improvement. After this, ito na pag-usapan. It's part of the agenda. Then gawa ng decision, gawa ng action, gawa ng ganito. Then after this, walang katapusan. Because meetings are done for a certain organization to improve, to enhance, to do more, to create positive change, right? So that's the reason why we have to track, why we have to follow up. Okay? So next po tayo is we cannot deny the role of technology nowadays. Ito na mas nag-boom lalo na ng pandemic, right? Mas naging niyakap ng tao. So technology can be a game changer in meetings, but remember, but only when used effectively. So, ganun din siya. Just, meetings, technology, communication, they are all interrelated with one another. So, there are so many virtual meetings platform like Zoom, what we are using today, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, so many other more. Even, alam niya, naranasan ko din umattend ng meeting using Messenger, video call. Yan. Sometimes call lang, meeting, o call for a meeting, lalo emergency, naka-messenger call lang. There are so many apps out there. Okay. There are also collaboration tools that could, help you set your meetings for productive meetings. Google Docs, Mira, Notion, so many other more. Now, what will be your guidelines in using technology for your meetings? You have to test tech before the meeting. You should be knowledgeable on how to use that kind of virtual platform. Kasi baka mamaya gusto mo lang magpa-meeting na gamit ang Zoom, di ka naman maalam gumamit. So you have to know how to use it and test tech before the meeting. Keep cameras on for engagement kasi mahirap ang engagement pagka online, right? Kapag gamit Zoom. Another, you have to use screen sharing for clarity. So there's, options like this. Lalo na if you have slides so that lalo na pag may mga figures ka na, okay, this one, 3 out of 10 says this and so that and so on and so forth. You're meeting about the result of a certain survey. So yun ang pinagmi-meetingan nyo. You have to project ano yung sinasabi mo para mas clear sa mga nakikinig or members of the meeting. And another one is assigning roles. There are also roles when you're using technology for productive meetings. Okay? Assigning a chat moderator for question and answer. You have your secretary. Okay? Ayan. Moderator, facilitator. Now, let's talk about the common pitfalls to avoid in meetings. Ito yung mga dapat iwasan ninyo para hindi mag-fail ang meeting so that you can be effective. First, no clear agenda. As you can remember, in our framework, letter S stands for setting up objectives. You have to set your agenda. No clear agenda, it could lead to confusion, and we don't want that, right? Another common pitfall, there are too many participants. We want to involve everyone. So you have to set sino, ito lang ba? O baka naman lahat na ng from this department, kinuha mo na, pinasama mo na. You have 100 members inside your meeting. Avoid that. Why? Bakit may disadvantage? Because too many participants can lead to slow decision making. Okay? And we want fast decision making, fast decisions, efficient. Hindi lang mabilis, baka naman mabilis, tas hindi naman, 'di ba? It could not help your organization or company. So another is side conversations. Avoid side conversations. Ikaw mismo bilang leader ng isang meeting, you're the one leading it, you avoid side conversation. If your meeting is about, efficiency of your workers, then avoid talking about, "Oh, alam mo, buntis na pala si ano." Hanggang doon na napunta yung usapan, right? So, side conversation could lead to distraction from the main discussion. And kapag humaba kasi yung usapan, if we entertain side conversations, mas hahaba talaga ang meeting. It could take, an hour or two, or alam mo, naranasan ko 3 to 4 hours meeting. Nakakapagod yun. And effective meetings, for me personally, if you're going to ask me, it should last less than an hour. And you can decide on everything that needs to be discussed. Pero syempre, depende pa rin yun sa agenda. Pag sobrang dami, baka pwede i-cut-cut nyo. Okay? I-assign nyo siya anong araw. Another is no follow-up. If there is no follow-up, then tungkol saan yung meeting, right? Yun yung tatanong mo na agad. No follow-up could lead to wasted efforts of your members. So we don't want that. Now, if a meeting doesn't end with clear next step, was it even worth having? Babalik ulit ako sa tanong, right? If a meeting doesn't end with a clear next step, was it even worth having? Okay. Now, we should also evaluate meeting effectiveness because it's part of the discussion. Evaluating meeting effectiveness ensures that objectives are met, participants remain engaged, and action items are clearly assigned, preventing wasted time and miscommunication. As part of, conducting meetings, you have to evaluate its effectiveness. So you have to set regular assessment, which could help refine meeting structure, improving productivity and decision making. So these are just example questions that could help you evaluate if your meeting was effective. First, were the objectives met? If your answer is yes, well, maybe yes. Okay, effective. Another, did participants stay engaged? If you observed that they are engaged all throughout the meeting, if your answer is yes, baka yes, effective. Number three, were action items clearly assigned? So if your answer here is yes, well, tatlo na to, effective. Four, was the meeting length appropriate? If it did not took you so long to finish the meeting, well, maybe if your answer is yes, well, maybe your meeting is effective. Therefore, contributing to how good are you in communication because it's interrelated. Now, these are the tips for leading productive meetings. First, keep it short and focused, 30 to 45 minutes max. Para din tayong mga bata kasi I'm an elementary teacher. As part of our principles and teaching, you should engage your students within a period of time because they are very short pagdating sa kanilang attention span. So we have to be short, we have to keep it short, we have to be focused within our meetings. Another is encourage constructive dialogue. As part of meetings, there will be conflicting ideas, there are so many perspectives, iba-iba yan. And you have to encourage constructive dialogue. Hindi yung mag-aaway kayo, hindi yung magkikwit na lang yung isa sa trabaho, o magkikwit sa responsibility niya. Hindi ganon. As the one leading the meeting, kasi usually the one leading the meeting is the one who leads the organization, right? So you have to open constructive dialogue. If the perspective or if the idea is conflicting sa idea mo, you have to adjust, right? So you have to adjust your perspective. Not all the time ikaw ang tama, even though you're the one leading the meeting. Hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon, ikaw ang tama. So you have to open this kind of constructive dialogue and constructive conversation. Follow the SMART framework. Okay, so once again, SMART, which stands for setting clear objectives. M, which stands for maintain structure and flow. A for active engagement. R for respecting times and roles. And T for tracking and follow up. Okay? And the last one, for you to lead productive meetings, you should end with a call to action. What is the action taken? What will be the action taken? So end with a call to action. Okay po? So say for example, you're talking about, the performance of your workers, the performance of your members, and then nakita nyo dito na hindi okay ang performance nila sa activity na to or sa trabaho nila na ito, well, you have to call for an action. What will you do? Ano yung mga action na gagawin ninyo? Magpapabonus ka ba? Magpapapizza ka ba kada hapon? Or how are you going to motivate them? Remember, great meetings start with great communication. Say less, mean more. So, hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon, lagi kang sometimes saying less is meaning more. Okay? You know when to speak, you know when to stop, you know when will you be helpful sa meeting. Alam mo kung if it's too much, yung mga sinasabi mo, you know when to stop. Okay? You ask open-ended questions, rotate speaking turns, and of course, as part of the great meeting is following up. So you have to follow up immediately. Okay, so I guess this is the last part of my slide. So just a few key takeaways. Effective meetings require preparation, engagement, and follow through. Clear communication enhances productivity, not only productivity, but also efficiency, effectivity. Use technology to optimize efficiency. So let's be wise also kasi sa effective meetings, pwede din pag-usapan natin. But then again, ang focus kasi natin is how can we enhance our communication skills, right, in effective meetings. Pero if we're going to talk about effective meetings alone, magiging part ng ating discussion is how are you going to motivate them also in attending. So sometimes food yan. So nakaka-less yung mga gastos na yun if you're going to use technology. It can optimize efficiency. And the last one is respect time and keep discussions focused. Okay? Now, the question here, I would want to leave you a question with, how will you improve your next meeting? Okay? So, speak smart, meet smart, achieve more. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Charlene from City College of Calamba. Thank you po.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Charlene, for sharing tonight for the topic effective communication framework for productive meetings. So I really enjoyed this topic and I hope everyone did as well. So guys, I know you have a lot of questions in mind right now. And I guess this is the perfect time to hear the answer from our very own guest tonight. So ayan, you can utilize the chat box. If you have question or you can basically raise your hands if you want. So, ayan, wag po tayong mahiya. Sige. Let me just check din sa YouTube if we have questions there. I guess we have our first question here from Cesario Angelo. So is this applicable also if you will be conducting trainings?
Thank you for that question, Cesario. Um, I guess we can contextualize, but then again, in under the SMART framework, we have the tracking and follow up. So I think it's not useful when you're going to conduct trainings. But then again, when you're going to conduct trainings, you have to be specific with your agenda. You have to enhance engagement among participants. So we can contextualize, but then again, the framework is for, how to be effective with your meetings. So we can, get point of views from that, tawag dito, from the framework. Yeah. We can contextualize, but then again, there are parts na it's just for the context of meetings. I hope I satisfied the question.
I think I totally agree with that. So, any more question from our audience right now? So, ayan guys, make sure to ask questions na if you have before we wrap up tonight's session. Yan. So, wala po tayong question from YouTube right now. But I guess I'll give the lang some insights that I've learned tonight. So, ayan. To achieve yung productive meeting, we need to remember to make wise use of our time. Sabi nga ni Miss Charlene kanina, time is gold. And avoid yung mga side conversation that can derail the discussion. And we need to practice clear objectives, of course, at uh, at the very beginning of the meeting. And then active listening, hindi puro ikaw lang yung nagto-talk. Like, you can ask suggestion from participants or yung mga person na nasa loob ng meeting, and of course, concise. And I guess that's all for me. Suggestion, I think, we can utilize use of AI sa meeting like we did before sa ilang meeting from Alpha. So it's very effective. And I guess if we're not yet utilizing AI, I think we're like being stuck in the past. You know what I mean? Parang let's just utilize yung usefulness ng AI, at saka mas mabilis kasi siyang gumawa compare sa human, 'di ba? So ayan, I think this is a very good topic that can help us to not be confused during the meeting and avoid, of course, unproductivity then after it. So we have a lot of benefits, I guess, pag na-practice natin to, yung mga diniscuss ni Ma'am Charlene, like, ayun nga, una, yung ma-increase yung productivity ng team and collaboration, and marireduce yung misunderstanding and enhance yung engagement and better time management. So, do we have any other question from our participants? So, ayan. We have our next question from John Leonardo Prado. So his question is, what are strategies to keep discussion on track when strong personalities dominate or derail conversations? That's a good question.
Ayan, sorry,
So
mute pala ako. Okay, natatawa ako ng konti kasi I have experienced this. Actually, I have experienced this. Yung very strong personality who are very dominating within our meeting. What can we do? So always remember to not, the goal is to have productive meetings, right? To end with a goal that everyone agrees with. But then again, what will happen if there are strong personalities that are very dominating? So you have to be respectful. Once again, in your communication, you have to always set a respectful tone. You have to use words that are not very offending, like "stop there, you're very dominating." Do not say these words to the member. If I'm sure that they can be controlled. Okay, they can be controlled. So you can use words, positive words like, I get your point. Okay, we can hear you. But then again, let's try to hear words, or let's try to hear suggestions from others. Okay. Kapag ka talagang ano, kasi may end result lagi yan. Kapag it's too much for everyone, like medyo off na, maybe you can talk to that person after the meeting so that you can control the personality, the character, the attitude na hindi kinakailangan so that you can still have effective meetings after all. So it all boils down to how good are you in communicating. So as the one who leads the meeting, hindi din laging um, always be calm. As part of, kalma ka lang dyan. Although, alam mo na, naiinis ka na din. Alam, nakikita mo yung mukha ng mga kasamahan mo na they are very disappointed that, the personality is not okay, it's not good. But then again, you have to be calm, choose your right words, and if hindi talaga siya makontrol, maybe talk to him or her personally one-on-one. Kasi pagka na point out mo yung certain attitude or personality niya, within the meeting, it could be a side conversation that could lead to, another agenda for you. So, mawala kayo sa track ninyo, sa roadmap ninyo. But then again, the better way for that, kapag ka talagang hindi na control, is to talk to him or her outside the meeting. So, set another one-on-one meeting with that person. Na yung agenda about that kind of personality. I hope that satisfies the question.
I agree to that, no? So, ayan, minsan kasi nakakasama ko si Ma'am Charlene din sa ilang meeting. So, tama yun, nakalma ka lang talaga and be mindful and choose yung right words to say. Siguro, I guess if talagang mangyayari pa ulit yun, tama yung sabi ni Ma'am Charlene na talk to him one-on-one or her after the meeting na lang. So that parang hindi na siya mauulit by next time, ganyan. So, I think nag-raise ng hands kanina si Ian. Do you want to speak or do you want me to read na lang your question? Ayan guys, again, ang ang answer is to keep calm lang talaga pag may mga na-experience tayong ganito during meetings. Okay, I guess, basahin ko na lang yung question ni Ian. So sabi niya, good evening po. What are the strategies po to make the effective communication framework friendly and not to harm others po? Thanks po.
Okay, thank you. To answer that question, thank you for the question, Jofel. So, actually, the framework itself is friendly. Okay, it's not harmful. You can use these in every context that you have. May it be, are you a student? Are you, an owner of a company, organization? It's friendly. It's friendly, but then again, it will boil down on how are we going to use the framework. So let's be mindful on each step. So you have to, setting clear objective. You have to be not too demanding on the agenda. Another, maintaining structure and flow. So you have to be careful within your communication process. You also have to engage your members actively. Actually, this is very friendly to all. I think no one will be offended if you're going to use the framework. You have to, kasi kasama dito is also the respect on times and roles and keeping track and follow up of other people. And as part of an organization kasi, where you have a meeting with others, okay, tawag dito, you have to be also mindful on the tone of your communication, okay? You have to be tawag dito, you have to show respect to other people, to their time. So it's for me personally, it's friendly, okay? In its very nature, the framework, and alam mo lang paano siya gamitin ng tama. Baka kasi yung tracking and follow up mo, yung tracking follow up mo masyadong bossy ka na. You're not a leader anymore, you're the boss. Right? Ayaw natin ng ganon. Sometimes members do not follow when the boss or the one who leads is very bossy. So when you're tracking and following up, make sure that it's within the list of agenda, and you have to not sound too bossy sa meetings mo. Yan. Okay?
Totally agree with that, Miss Charlene. So, do we still have other question? I guess while waiting for other question, um, Yeah, let me just say this one. So every Alpha TV session will be available on YouTube. So live streaming tayo right now, and then you can rewatch it if you want. And you can visit Aslex PH Academy on our LMS. And ayan, eventually magiging siyang self-paced course, and you can still receive e-certificate if um, iti-take mo itong course na to there. So just visit aslexph.com/courses. So after siguro 1 to 2 weeks, and magiging available na siya sa ating LMS. So ayan, do we still have other question? So I think none. I think there is no question from our participants. Again, thank you everyone. So ang evaluation form natin will be shared right after some announcement. So ayan, Ma'am Charlene, may we request po to share your like LinkedIn account, or kung saan namin kayo pwedeng i-reach out if yung mga participants namin ay may some other questions pa in mind.
Maybe I'll just chat in sa chat box my email.
All right, thank you so much for that. So again, a reminder, don't forget to fill out the evaluation form because it will serve as your slot to get your e-certificate. So I want to emphasize that all participants who have filled out our evaluation form will receive an e-certificate. So there's no need to frequent follow-ups unless it has been at least 3 weeks without receiving it. So the link will automatically close after 30 minutes of tonight's session. So I think we are near to the last part of our session. Ayan, nandito na po yung um, account ni Ma'am Charlene. So guys, I think this is the perfect time to say thanks to our guests for tonight. So just chat it on the chat box. So ayan, utilize lang po natin ang ating comment section to say thanks to our very own guest for tonight, Ma'am Charlene Bagutsay. Ayan guys, let's connect with Mom Charlene. Ayan, on email. mbagutsay@ccc.edu.ph. So on behalf of everyone here tonight, thank you for taking the time to speak to us about effective communication framework for productive meetings, Ma'am Charlene Bagutsay. So thank you so much for tonight, and it really helped us become #significantly better. So our team will be contacting you for the token of appreciation. So once again, on behalf of entire Alpha family, thank you so much. So I guess may I request everyone to please open their cameras for quick photo op lang. And thank you so much everyone for joining. I hope to see you again next Friday. So ayan, every Friday po tayo may Alpha TV, different topics on our pillars, innovation, sustainability, analytics, and continuous improvement, and other topics like leadership, abilities, about aptitude. So ayan, sige, mag-share screen po ang ating tech team. Sige, let's smile po. Ayan, game 1, 2, 3, smile. Sige, yan, may humabol pa. Game, ulit, 1, 2, 3, smile. Ayan. So, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. So, before we wrap up, may I request, Ma'am Charlene, siguro for a quick, parting message sa ating participants.
Nagulat me. Okay. So once again, thank you for your time and for patience and efforts on attending these webinar hosted by AskLex PH Academy Alpha TV. So I hope you'll attend more trainings from them, and I hope you learned something from me today. And you gained knowledge from me today, which could be useful on your future endeavors later on. So, di ko na to patatagalin. I hope you had fun Okay, I hope you learned. I hope these could be useful. That's it. Salamat.
Again, tonight's event is made possible with the help of our supportive and generous partners, CIE Review Center, IXL, Startup Podcast PH, 2O, Skapian with Sirlex. So thank you so much, Ma'am Charlene Bagutsay. So ayan, follow us on all our social media accounts at Aslets PH Academy to keep you updated on all other announcements and other free webinars like Alpha TV. So this is Project Eskwela Juan. We are looking for mentors, and we can help more than 225,000 lifelong learners right now, 100 plus free e-learning courses for your um, lifelong learning. So ayan, before I announce or I give the evaluation form, let me just show some flagship courses that we offer here at ASEX PH Academy, para mas makilala niyo pa ang Alpha. So this is the Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt program for your continuous improvement training. Of course, ano lang siya, 5,000 discounted rates for PH participants, and then meron ding discounted rate for fresh graduates and students. So better message us if you're interested with this training or certification. Next one is Project Management Fundamental Certification for only 2,490. So our original price niya is 4,990 pesos. So ayan, CKP or Certified Kaizen Professional for only 5,000 pesos, CDA or Certified Data Analyst for only 14,990, Lean Six Sigma Green Belt Certification Program for only 20,000. So original price niya is 40,000. And then Lean Six Sigma Black Belt Certification. So yung mga binanggit ko, ito yung mga premium blended course, meaning may mga mentors kayo dyan na mamimit. So, kaya kung mapapansin nyo, medyo pricey siya compared dun sa ibang i-share ko later. So, ito yung mga self-paced course, meaning you can finish this anytime, anywhere you want without meeting ng mentor every weekend. So, ayan. We have a lot actually sa LMS right now. So let me just share to you na meron tayong upcoming sale this February 14. So buy one, take one. Meron siyang dalawang category, self-love and share the love, I guess. Share love is you'll get one free for your friend or loved ones. And self-love is you'll get two course and you just need to pay for the one na mas mataas yung price. So, two course, tas isa lang yung babayaran. So, ayan, I hope makapag-join kayo dito sa ating sale on February 14 and Valentine's Day. And ayan, visit aslexph.com/courses for our self-paced course. And earn alpha coins for every free courses you take. So, again guys, marami po tayong free courses and you'll get free e-certificate din pagka natapos nyo yon. And plus pa, makaka-earn ka pa ng alpha coins. So, alpha coins, pwede mo siyang ibayad din sa next mo na kukuhanin na course. And of course, we have our partner BLEs. So, you can get like up to 12 months low interest rate and 25% lang na down payment with BLEs. So, meron tayong promo right now, another promo. So, you can join as a group of 5 and pay only for 4. So, if you're interested, just email us or message us or on our Facebook page. And we're still looking for partners and ambassadors. So, if you support our cause of lifelong learning, so guys, I think this is perfect for you. So, just message us again if you're interested for this. And of course, you can also join our alumni network. So just scan the QR code or search ASLEX PH Academy Alumni Network. And lastly, of course, ang iniintay ng lahat, our evaluation form. So our tech team will Ayan, na-paste na dito sa comment section yung evaluation form to get your e-certificate. And again, magko-close po itong evaluation form after 30 minutes of our event night. So I hope na-capture na ng lahat. Ayan, just scan the QR code or click the link that Ma'am Bell commented here. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I think that would be all for tonight's event. So, guys, we hate to say goodbye, but in every beginning, there is always an end. But don't be sad, everyone. We just hope to see you again next Friday at 7 p.m. for another exciting topic for Alpha TV session and free webinar like this. Once again, this is Alpha TV making you hashtag significantly better. Stay safe, everyone, and good night. Thank you so much.